Hi guys, today I'll be showcasing how to run a hard drive brushless motor. I won't be running through every single steps, but I'll give you some ideas of what to do. So I recycled this motor from a 40GB hard drive. Here's are the specs. So it says 12 volts and 0.35 amps. Can also run at 5 amps, but I'm not going to do that. And it says the max RPM is 7,200. So that's pretty good. Hard drive motors can be pretty low powered. So I read somewhere that it can actually take up to 3 amps. So if you go by that, that's still only about 36 watts. So they're fast, but they're not that powerful. And I'll be running it using this controller. So electric speed controller. You use these to run RC model planes, and this one is rated at 12 amps constant current, and it's more than enough. When I bought this off Hobby King, it also came with 3 other ESC, but you had to solder the wires onto them yourself. And it came with this. This is just to power your controller. If you had Arduino, you can use this to power it from the battery. And it also came with USB link programmer to program this ESC. So you just connect that up and then plug that into your PC. Then you will be able to change the setting for the ESC. And in this case, I used it to change it to bidirectional rather than only one direction. And what this thing does is it simulates a RC remote control and provides a PWM signal and controls the motor speed. For the power supply, I'll be using a PC power supply. So here is a PC power supply. It's 400 watts, and I'll be using this the 12 volt 20 amps wires, so the yellow wires, which you can see here, the yellow wires. And so here, this one, I've connected up the yellow wire and the black wire. So black wire is the ground wires. And to run the power supply, you also need to short the grey wire and orange wire. So here is the orange wire, and here's the grey wire. You need to connect both of them to ground, so connect both of them to a black wire. The reason for that is the power supply. If you read here, the orange wire is PG, which if you connect them to ground, tells the power supply that it's safe to turn on, and the grey one is to tell it to turn on. So you need to short those two wires, and then you have to do the switch somewhere. Where's the switch? Here. Switch. If you turn this one, will help you turn on and off as well. To set up the system, first you want to solder the wires onto the hard drive motors. So there are 3 pins here. You need to wire wires onto it, and then you add your connectors. So these are 3.5 millimeter connectors. You add your heat shrinks onto them. Do the same for the speed controller. And so here I have to solder these myself because they came with the wires, but they weren't soldered. So, and it took me a long time, like an hour, because they just didn't. My soldering iron wasn't strong enough. It's pretty low powered. And so you connect these up, and you also want to connect up your Arduino here. So this one is signal, goes to the white one. This one is ground. The blue wire goes to the black one. And you also want to connect up your power supply. So I'm using alligator clips to do that. So everything's connected up right now, and if I were to turn on the power supply, so here you notice that the fan would start running there, and then you hear the beeps. So the beep is to represent that the ESC is ready and you can start running the motor. So I'll just quickly run the motor. And I can change direction and slow it down. The slowest it can run is about, well, I don't know the speed, but that's okay, that's not the right one. So that's the slowest it can run at. That's pretty slow. I can stop it straight away. It's the fastest. There's this decent strength. It's sort of close to a toy DC motor. The vibration is alright. If I put on the well, there's a bit of vibration, but it's pretty quiet in general. And I'll show you the code now. So here's the code. I programmed it in the Arduino IDE. So you would go to the examples and go to servos and click sweep. So my code is based off this example code, and you can delete all these things in a loop. And if you go back to my code, so just ignore the magic numbers in here because I'm just lazy. So starting from the top, you import your server library, define my server, the variable or object, set position to 0. You begin a serial connection because I'm not using potentiometer to control my motor speed. I'm using the serial port here to input numbers to control the motor speed. And this second line, serial set timeout, so this is in milliseconds, so that stands for 1 minute. And what this does is it prevents it from timing out. So when it times out, it would give an input of 0, which would mess up my speed control. And here, this is just saying that the signal is going through pin 9. So you need your pins to be capable of PWM signals. So you have to check your Arduino pinout diagram. Here, right 0 is saying that send a signal of 0 to the ESC, which simulates the 0 throttle on a RC remote. So when the ESC gets signal 0, it will go I'm ready, and it will beep. And then in a loop, here is just grabbing the values from the serial monitor and writing it and checking and imprinting it to the serial monitor, and then here it checks to see if it's 0. If it's 0, I don't want that value, so I just don't take it. And then just write it to the servo motor. So this if line here, that's because between value 96 to 89, the signal is too weak to power the motor, so the motor would like shake, but it won't actually turn. So I just set it to a value that I know won't shake it or do anything. It would just not do anything. So that's the code, and I'll quickly show you the programming software for the ESC. So the first thing you want to do is connect your USB link programmer to your ESC here, and then put that in a USB port. I only have one port, so it's annoying. So that's connected, and you need to give power to the ESC. So I need to turn on my power supply, and what I need to do now is here I need to click connect and then reset up. Then it'll have all the settings that I can change. So the settings I need to change is this direction setting. So it's default normal, reverse. So I need to change to bi-directional so I can turn the motor in both ways. And then that would enable the center throttle value. So I set it to the center, and so that's yeah. And I also change the startup beat volume, so I can actually hear the beat. So I'm just going to quickly run the motor again. So steps are to upload the program to Arduino, and USB ports are connected. So upload it, and then once you upload it, the Arduino would stop flashing, and it would, well, everyone's different, so mine would stop flashing, and then you know it's uploaded. You turn on the power supply, and then you hear a 3-tone beat, 1, 2, 3, and then low and high beep saying that the motor's ready. So hopefully you heard that. Now open the serial monitor. So that's this thing here, and then so I'm gonna give it 25, which is the maximum speed clockwise. So that would, if you focus on the motor, and give it the maximum speed in the opposite direction. Slow it down. Change it to the other direction. So hopefully I'll be using this project, this motor on a project, and usually you can use it for POV displays and that sort of things. Thank you for watching.